My child, I am proud of you. Yes, I know you have heard this before, but today I am going to tell you something special and supernatural that is about to happen with you tonight. My child, I have watched you. I have seen your tears in the night when no one was around. I have heard the silent cries that never passed your lips. I have felt every beat of your heart, especially the ones that carried your hope, your pain, your confusion, and your longing. I have seen your weariness, the kind that runs deeper than your body and clings to your spirit. I know what you've carried in silence, the burdens you dared not share with anyone, not even with those closest to you. Tonight, I want you to know that heaven has turned its gaze upon you with divine attention. The prayers you thought had disappeared into the wind have reached me. Not one word was lost, not one whisper forgotten. I have stored them as treasures, precious offerings from a faithful heart. They are sweet incense before me, and I am responding not out of obligation, but out of love, out of delight in who you are. There is something sacred about the way you've held on. Even when your hands felt empty, even when your faith was barely a flicker, you held on. You were never alone. Though you did not always see my hand, I was the strength in your steps, the calm in your storm, the whisper in the silence. And tonight the heavens align with my will to release upon you what I have been preparing in the hidden places. Gifts that only time, obedience, and patience could unlock. Tonight I draw near not only as Creator, but as your Father, your Defender, your Healer, your Restorer. I am not bound by time or circumstance. I am the God who speaks and it becomes so. The God who breathes and life begins. And now I am speaking over your life. What I speak cannot return to me void. My word will accomplish what I have intended for you. You have been tested in the fire, refined in the furnace of affliction. And now I call you forth like gold. You did not break. You bent, but you did not break. And even in the bending, I was shaping you for this very moment. You wondered why the pressure was so great, why the delays so long, why the loneliness so sharp. It was never to harm you, but to prepare you. Your heart had to be stretched so that it could contain the magnitude of what I'm about to pour into you. Do not doubt the power of my voice within you. I do not lie. I do not tease. I do not plant dreams only to let them wither. I am the God of completion. And what I have begun in you, I will bring to fullness. Every seed I planted in your soul is about to bloom. You thought it was over, but I say to you, it is just beginning. What felt like endings were simply new doors being prepared. What felt like silence was actually me rearranging things for your good behind the veil. Tonight, heaven is closer than it has ever been in your life. My angels have been dispatched. My spirit is moving. There are divine appointments being set on your behalf. I am orchestrating the impossible. Things that you thought would never turn around or shifting. Not because of what you did, but because of who I am. I am faithful. I am just. I am merciful. And I am madly in love with you. I am not measuring your worth by your performance. I have loved you at your best and at your worst. You are not striving for my love. You already have it fully and completely. My Son bore the price for you to walk in freedom. And I will not let that sacrifice be in vain. You are covered. You are clean. You are called. Do not look back anymore. Do not mourn the past or carry regret like a chain. I am doing a new thing in you. Can you not perceive it? I am making rivers in the desert and pathways in the wilderness. The very places where you felt lost and thirsty are the very places I will now flood with life. My child, get ready. Tonight will be different. Not because the world has changed, but because your eyes are about to open. You will see me in places you did not expect. You will hear me in ways you've never heard before. My spirit will awaken something within you that has been asleep for too long. I am coming to restore your laughter, your boldness, your wonder. I am reigniting the fire within you. The fire that the enemy tried to smother. The fire that life tried to extinguish. The fire that was born in you before you ever took your first breath. You are not just anyone. You are mine. Unmarked, chosen, set apart. Do not fear the unknown, for I am already there. Do not worry about the how, for I am the way. You don't need to see the whole picture. Just take the next step. I am guiding your every move. When you walk in obedience, you walk in power. When you trust me, even when nothing makes sense, you invite miracles into your atmosphere. Your voice matters to me. Your worship moves me. Even your groanings when you don't have words are heard and understood. My spirit intercedes for you with groanings too deep for words. I have not missed a single moment of your journey, and I am redeeming time. The years the locust has eaten, I will restore them. The opportunities that seemed lost, I will bring them back with interest. This is not the end. This is the birthing. Pain always precedes promise. Labor always comes before life. You are in the final moments of your waiting. And you will soon hold what I promised. It will not look exactly how you imagined, but it will be even better because I know what will satisfy the depths of your soul even more than you do. Trust me with your future. Trust me with your heart. Lay down your fears, your doubts, your questions. I am not offended by them, but I invite you to trade them for peace. My peace is not like the world gives. It is steady, unshaken, eternal. Let it wash over you now. Breathe it in. I am here. I am with you. I know the weight you carry. I know the roles you've had to play, the strength you've had to summon when you felt anything but strong. I am lifting that weight off your shoulders now. You don't have to do this alone. I never intended for you to let me take it. Cast your cares upon me because I care for you not in word only but in power. My child, you are standing on holy ground. Even if you don't feel it, every step you've taken in faith has built this moment. I am about to unveil what I've been doing behind the curtain. It will be beautiful. It will be sudden. It will be unmistakable. And when it comes, you will know it was me. You will not have to force it. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to manipulate it. What is from me will flow because my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I am not a god of chaos. I bring peace. I bring order. I bring light into darkness and I am doing that now. Listen closely. The voices of doubt, of shame, of fear, those are not mine. Do not give them your attention. They lie. I speak life. I speak truth. I speak love. And my words over you are powerful. I call you beloved. I call you whole. I call you victorious. I call you radiant. I am the Lord your God. I dwell in the highest heavens. Yet I bend low to observe the works of the earth. I created all things by the power of my word, and I formed you with my own hands, breathing into your nostrils the breath of life. My heart is not distant from my creation. I delight in righteousness, in truth, and in love. I do not take pleasure in burnt offerings alone or empty religious noise. I do not delight in a form of worship without the heart. What moves me is the heart that is humble, the hands that are clean, the soul that is contrite and willing. These are the things that bring me joy when my children walk in the ways I have ordained. When they remember me, not only with their lips but with their entire lives. When I see the poor lifted, the hungry fed, the oppressed set free, my heart is moved. Did I not say through my prophet Isaiah, is this not the fast that I have chosen to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke? To set the oppressed free and break every yoke. Yes, this is what I require. When you do these things in my name, I see the fragrance of righteousness rise like incense before me. When you welcome the stranger, clothe the naked, visit the prisoner, and feed the hungry, you have done it unto me. I take pleasure in justice tempered with mercy. My servant Abraham showed hospitality to strangers and was unaware that he was entertaining angels. In that moment, my presence was near. My servant Moses forsook the riches of Egypt to lead my people into the wilderness by faith. Though he stumbled, he sought me, and I found joy in his obedience. I do not expect perfection as the world understands it. I desire hearts that are turned toward me, hearts that tremble at my word. When David the shepherd boy danced before me with all his might, unashamed in the eyes of man, I was pleased. Though he sinned, he repented with a broken and contrite heart, and I forgave him. I called him a man after my own heart because he pursued me. He cried out, "Search me, O God, and know my heart." And I listened. It pleases me when my children acknowledge their weakness and turn to me for strength. I rejoiced in my servant Job, who though tested beyond human endurance, did not curse my name. When he sat in dust and ashes, though he did not understand my ways, he spoke no blasphemy. His reverence and endurance brought me honor before the hosts of heaven and the accusing adversary. In his pain he clung to me. This too makes me glad when you worship me not for the gifts but for who I am. I am pleased when truth reigns among you. When your words are seasoned with grace, when your tongue becomes a fountain of life and not a weapon of destruction. I take joy in you. Speak truth. Love truth. Live in truth. For I am the God of truth. When my people speak honestly even to their own hurt, I see my image reflected in them. Faith moves my heart. When Abraham believed me, though he was old and childless when he prepared to offer up Isaac, believing I could raise the dead, I was honored. I counted his faith as righteousness. When the centurion said, "Only speak the word, and my servant will be healed," I marveled at such faith. When the woman with the issue of blood touched the hem of my son's garment, believing in the power that flowed from him, she brought joy to my heart. Without faith, it is impossible to please me. But with faith, even as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains, and my delight will rest upon you. I am pleased with peacemakers. Those who reconcile, who forgive, who choose the path of gentleness and meekness, they are my children indeed. When Joseph, betrayed and sold by his brothers, chose forgiveness and restoration, he walked in my ways. He rose to a position of power not for revenge but to preserve life. Such acts echo through eternity. I am the God of reconciliation. My Son laid down his life to make peace between you and me. When you imitate this pattern, you honor my heart. Obedience brings me joy, not because I delight in control, but because I know the path that leads to life. When Noah built the ark, the rain had never fallen. When he endured mockery and isolation, he obeyed. His obedience preserved a remnant. I delight in such obedience, even when it seems foolish to the world. I see beyond the moment. I reward those who listen and obey even in secret. When you remember the least among you, the widow, the orphan, the marginalized, I am present. When Ruth left her homeland and cleaved to Naomi, seeking refuge under my wings, I was pleased. She found favor in my sight, and I established her line through Boaz, leading to David and ultimately to my son. Small acts of kindness done with great love echo into my eternal purposes. Humility pleases me. I resist the proud but give grace to the humble. When Solomon asked for wisdom instead of riches, I was pleased and gave him both. When Hezekiah wept and turned his face to the wall in prayer, I heard and extended his life. When Mary said, "Be it unto me according to your word," I found favor in her. The humble carry my purposes. They are vessels I can use. My Son humbled himself, taking the form of a servant, obedient even to death. This is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased. Compassion gladdens my heart. When the Good Samaritan paused in his journey to tend the wounds of a stranger, he revealed my heart to the world. When you carry each other's burdens, when you weep with those who weep and rejoice with those who rejoice, you fulfill the law of Christ. When you comfort the grieving, speak life to the weary, and walk patiently with the broken, you honor me. I delight in gratitude. When 10 lepers were healed and only one returned to give thanks, my son asked, "Where are the other 9?" Gratitude reflects awareness of my hand in your life. When you remember that every breath is a gift. When you thank me in plenty and in want, you magnify my name. I am near to those who give thanks in all things. For such gratitude is born of trust. When you guard your heart from idols, when you worship me in spirit and in truth, I am near. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow to the golden image and said, "Even if our God does not deliver us, we will not serve your gods." So I walked among them in the fire. Their faith honored me, and I honored them. I will always be found among those who remain faithful in the fire. When Daniel opened his window to pray, as was his custom, even when it was forbidden, I was pleased. His devotion in secret brought great reward in public. When Esther said, "If I perish, I perish," and risked her life for her people, she reflected my heart for intercession. These are the things that move me. Devotion that costs something. Obedience that defies fear, worship that is not ashamed. I take no pleasure in sacrifice without justice, in rituals without righteousness. But when your worship is joined with holy living, when your singing is joined with serving, when your lifting of hands is joined with the lifting of the lowly, then my heart is glad. I will inhabit the praises of my people, yes, but even more, I will dwell in those who obey my voice and walk in my ways. When you love one another as I have loved you, then you are truly my disciples. Love fulfills the law. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. I am love, and those who love dwell in me. When you love even your enemies, when you bless those who curse you, when you pray for those who persecute you, then you show yourselves to be sons and daughters of your Father in heaven. This love is not natural. It is divine. It is born of my Spirit. And when you walk in this love, I rejoice. When you raise your children in my ways, when you teach them my commands, when you sit with them and tell them of my deeds, you please me. When Hannah gave her child back to me, I honored her sacrifice. When Timothy learned from his mother and grandmother, I watched and remembered. I bless generations that fear my name. I delight in homes where my word is read, where my name is spoken, where my spirit is welcomed. When you repent, when you return, I rejoice. I am not a harsh master. I am a loving father. Like the father of the prodigal, I run to meet the one who comes home. I rejoice more over one sinner who repents than over 99 who need no repentance. My mercy is everlasting. My arms are open wide. There is no shame too deep, no stain too dark that I cannot cleanse. Come to me and I will give you rest. When you believe the gospel, when you receive my Son, you honor me. He is the image of the invisible God, the radiance of my glory, the exact representation of my being. I gave him for you. Whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. When you trust in his name, when you abide in him, when you walk as he walked, then my joy in you is complete. These are the things that make me proud and happy. Not your strength, but your dependence on me. Not your accomplishments, but your surrender. Not your perfection, but your pursuit of me. Walk humbly to do justly. Love mercy. Trust me with all your heart. Acknowledge me in all your ways. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you shall reap. I am coming soon. My reward is with me. Be faithful until the end. Let your light shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Remain in me and I will remain in you. Much fruit. Love not the world nor the things of the world. Set your mind on things above. Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I delight in those who fear my name. I take pleasure in those who hope in my mercy. I sing over you with rejoicing when you walk in the truth. But be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Live for my glory. Love me with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. This is your greatest calling. This is what makes me glad. Amen. Thanks for watching. God's helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon. Don't miss out daily God's message.